That music sounded very, very churchy. I
I
was
didn't sound that didn't sound churchy to me. Don't
I
put that
was
on
waiting for
churchy.
somebody to come down from the heavens.
That was to me, that was child molester music,
What
personally.
I have several questions
Oh, that was
before we
child
get
I
started.
have so many
And the first
questions.
question is, how does child molester music sound?
sound like some shit that
Right.
kids are attracted to, child molesters that have little candy and a white
Who
band. That was some
attracted
weird
to some
ass,
creepy music like that?
that was terrible.
Oh my god. Good evening, everybody. Good morning for those of you that are somewhere across the world that will be joining us later. But CNC SciFi Grill is actually back after God. I think the last time we met, the Eternals had just come out, which CJ has finally seen, I believe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's all caught up, and,
Mm-hmm.
and, and thanks to her Christmas gift, she will be seeing more movies over the next 3 months
Merry
because she's
Christmas
now
to
in the
me.
A list.
Woo! AMC
So she
baby.
can go to IMAX for free. Yay! But I'm one of your hosts. My name is Cliff. You can also know me as at Draconis on most social media. To my left is one of my lovely daughters, Christina, also known as at cjasmine.music. And below that is our last host, Big Nate, also known as at the real Nate Banks on Instagram. And when last you left us, Hawkeye hadn't started up. The Eternals had
Nope.
just come out. We had no
Yup.
idea Spider Man was going to come in and blow up the whole world as far as money goes. And
Yo.
all kinds. And Boba was still just a fet.
He's
Now he's
still
got
a
his own
vet.
book. Well, now he's got his own book. So we won't get into Spider Man just yet. But since Christina has seen the Eternals, perhaps we should
I have
elaborate
indeed.
on that more profusely. Um, it was, I would say, and I'm going to reiterate what me and Nate said before. That was one of the weaker um,
Yeah.
Marvel movies compared to what they brought out. Black Widow was definitely better than that, and the Eternals I would say was up there probably with Thor: Dark World, maybe as
I'm gonna
far
be
as
honest with you. Can I just keep it real?
yes.
It seemed okay. I hope I'm not offending nobody, but it really seemed as if they just said, you know what? We're gonna try to put a big name, Angelina Jolie. Here, have one. But it's like it felt really slapped together. Tell me I'm
Hmm.
not wrong. It
Nope.
didn't. Okay, like if you watch Black Panther, that had multiple layers. It Endgame really played with your emotions. This new No Way Home tug at your heartstrings. Eternals, it really felt like somebody just didn't have nothing better to do. Am I
And the
wrong?
reason they didn't help anybody, well, yeah, the world was ending, but we shouldn't interfere unless the deviants were around.
And you just
Huh?
Okay.
and I just kept thinking to myself, he Thanos just snapped away half the world, and y'all just sat there.
Yep.
Christina, your thoughts since you finally saw it.
Um. Yeah. It wasn't like top. I would say it was like C tier Marvel, if anything.
And what do
You
you
know
put at
what?
Like
C
there have
tier?
been some. There have been like some worse ones.
Okay, then
That
Christina,
Hulk
I'm gonna.
movie that was really bad.
Can I
I'd
ask
probably
you?
put Thor Dark World there too.
And that's the
What's
point.
up?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Christina. Other than Thor, we all on this agree Thor: Dark World was to me the lowest
Of the
newer
yours.
Marvel movie. That's the
Yeah.
floor. I put the Eternals right above the floor.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Tell me,
Yeah.
tell me another Marvel movie that was better than the Eternals. I'll wait.
you mean worse?
You
Worse,
mean the
worse,
worst?
sorry, worse.
I'm
I'll wait.
I'm gonna say the first foray of Ant-Man wasn't worse, but it wasn't that strong.
That much better. Yeah, it wasn't
No,
that
it
much
wasn't
better.
that much better.
Okay, okay.
Like
The
Ant-Man 1 was like,
the Ant-Man 1 script was terrible, but you can't
Mhm.
tell me it wasn't well acted. The script was trash.
I
I
mean,
agree
just
with both of
just
you.
that'll give
just
you.
Michael Pena, his role, and
Killed the
Ti
game.
before he lost his role. They
Right.
him and actually God, who's the guy from Suicide Squad that was Polka Dot Man? He was the other guy. He was the Russian guy.
They were
Those
great.
three,
They
those
were
three,
great.
yeah, they were hilarious.
So what I'm saying is, yes, the Ant-Man script was trash. I would agree with both of you.
Hmm.
But tell me that that wasn't a more entertaining movie than that damn Eternals.
Yes, and Eternals, they did with Eternals what DC did with Justice League, which was no slap all these people together at one time. We're not gonna give you a backstory on everybody. In fact, we're not gonna give you a
yes.
backstory on anybody.
Yes.
I agree.
100%. A
I agree.
1000% agree.
I agree. I agree.
So,
Yeah.
I agree.
so
And
all in
it's
all,
just like,
Eternals.
why do
Yeah,
that?
go ahead, Christina.
Well, yeah, I feel like they could have, like, what was the backstory that they gave them? Like, they got created. Like, that was it. Like,
They're
they
all
got created.
robots.
They're all apparently robots. Like,
None of
I
them
just,
have souls. So, if you think about it, it is akin to the Bible in a sense, right? Because the Celestials are basically God, and then
mm-hmm.
the Eternals are the angels, and the Deviants are the demons, because the angels aren't able to do anything, right? They're only they can't reproduce, they live forever, and their job is to protect humanity, basically.
But
Yeah.
did the Eternals ever truly protect? Truly.
From the demons, yes. And that's where they
From
cut
the
off. That's when
deviants,
they
yeah.
said, that's it, I'm over. I'm done.
Like, they didn't stop their free will, which gods don't do anyway, technically.
Hmm.
I don't know. My main issue was why Rob Stark always a damn idiot. Why is he always dumb? Why is he always dumb? Like, why?
Wait,
I don't
oh,
understand.
Christina, niece, can you say typecasting?
Literally, like, why does he always get stuck in these roles where he just does dumb shit? Like, yes, I'm gonna marry this random woman that I just met and cause my alliance to falter from these people that I need to get across this damn bridge to keep fighting this damn war. And yes, I'm gonna kill the rest of my family that I've known my entire life because I am gonna follow this one dude.
Hmm.
What? and then when it's all over, I'm gonna fly into the sun. What?
Yeah, he was a super generic villain. Like,
Trash. Just
just,
trash.
just, because we
Trash.
all knew the deviants were not really the villains. They were, but they weren't.
Yeah.
And they didn't explain the really smart deviant at all. It was just like, oh, he evolved because he grabbed old girl and took
He
her power.
happened to evolve.
Hmm.
Like, there was no explanation for how he knew he could do that. There was no reasoning.
Hmm.
It was just like, oh yes, he absorbed her power and now he knows everything. What? It's dumb. Do better. Write better. Y'all can do better than that.
This is that takes me back to my original point. That movie seems as if somebody literally was maybe over a card game and drinking and
I
threw
bet you I
something.
could turn the Eternals into a movie. Okay.
That's what I think it was
Just do
thrown
it better.
together. It really felt thrown together.
Hmm. Well, so that's the Eternal, and then in our hiatus, Hawkman started up, but Big Nate has not been. I don't think has been keeping up with
Hawkman?
Hawkeye. I'm sorry, Hawkeye, not Hawkman. Hawkeye. Um,
I'm gonna try to listen for the next show. This over Christmas
But I
break, I'll
going back
catch
to the
up.
Eternals briefly, I will say I liked the end trailers, the post credit scenes. Those are cool.
yes, yeah,
Excited for those.
yeah, with
Also,
Star
Uncle Nate, I
Fox
can't hear you.
and them. Yeah, but go
Again,
ahead,
I
Big
can't
Nate.
hear Uncle Nate
what
at all.
I'll
About
say
Hawkeye.
is with Hawkeye, not Hawkman. What we'll
Yes, Hawkeye.
do, I'll catch up over
How
Christmas
far
Yeah.
break.
behind are you?
Episode 1.
I thought you got to episode 3 at least.
No,
Did you just thumb your nose at it like it was a Netflix Marvel series?
no.
Yikes.
But I will.
I
I
can't
promise
hear
you
him, by
guys.
the way. I don't know what happened.
Say what?
I can't hear him.
You
Oh, that's
can't
because
hear
he's
me.
kind of far away from the mic, so I can
You
barely hear
can't
him
hear
sometimes.
me.
I can hear you
No,
now,
no.
but
I can't
sometimes I
hear
can't
shit.
because you're so far away from
I'm
the
not
mic.
that far away.
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
Can you hear him, Christina?
Nothing. Nope.
I
Wow.
Nada.
I hear Cliff. I hear you, and Cliff
Hold
hears
on.
me.
Let me. Hello,
Yeah,
Okay.
Bueller.
yeah.
Hello, Bueller. Bueller.
Nope. No, I
Technology.
can't hear him at all.
What in the world? I didn't mute him.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and I can hear the both of you. Cliff can hear me.
Uh huh. You can't hear your uncle, huh?
What? And
What in the
Technical
haberdasheries and heat is
difficulties.
going on?
I'm not muted.
So Christina, just so you know, your uncle said he didn't get past Hawkeye episode 1.
No,
What?
no, I did not.
You
No.
gotta get at least past episode 1.
I promise you,
can't just-
niece. Tell her. I promise her. I will do it this weekend over the Christmas break.
He said he'll do it this weekend over Christmas break.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We shall
We'll
see.
see. So before we get to the crust of this episode, which is about Speedy, there's a couple things coming up. Tonight, Matrix Resurrection has started, which I will go see tomorrow. I don't know when Nate's going to see it.
Tomorrow.
And then also tomorrow is Kingsman has come out, which I'm going to see Thursday. So, and then Sing 2 comes out on Christmas Day, but your little sister doesn't want to go see it because it's too emotional. She's like, I don't like the sad parts. Oh.
Hey, is this any better?
Yeah, I can hear you much better now.
Nope.
Christina can't hear you at all. I don't know what's going on with her.
Christina, can you hear me at all?
I could leave and come back, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you can try leaving and coming back. We'll see if that works.
But I sound better because I
BRB.
use the microphone array.
Mm-hmm. So Christina's gonna leave and go. Oh, I lost my daughter.
She'll be back.
Sad days.
She'll be back.
And she's back. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just
Good.
Restream being Restreamish. I do like that we don't have a logo anymore that screams Restream all over it.
Yes. Love that. Love that.
So,
Hey, wait.
Anyway.
Before you begin, I have to ask Christina a question.
mm-hmm.
Christina, can you hear me, girl?
Yes.
You like that cigar? I feel fancy.
Fancy.
Why, sweet baby Jesus? Why? So,
You
All right, let's get
and-
Spidey.
and because next week, do you know what comes out on Disney, sir? Next Wednesday. You're confused. Oh, Big Nate, I'm gonna have to ask for your Star Wars card. Just give it up.
Yeah, the book. Okay, I got it.
Mhm.
I didn't know what you were talking about. You threw me off.
I said next Wednesday on Disney Channel.
I'm sorry. My bad.
I should have said
At
Disney
8/7
Plus,
Central.
not Disney Channel, because Disney Channel, you think you're gonna watch some sing along or something.
Oh, at 8/7 Central. Book of Boba Fett.
That's right. It probably drops at like midnight or 3 a.m. on Wednesday. Probably.
Indeed.
But before we start the next section, we're gonna let everybody know there's gonna be spoilers. If
Spoiler
Spoilers.
alert.
you have not taken your ass to see Spider-Man Far From Home,
Don't watch this.
get the hell off our stream
Watch it later.
and
Come back.
pause it and come back after you've seen the
Listen
movie.
to it another time.
Listen to it another time. I'm gonna give a 30-second timeout, a brief four-way, so that you
A
can
brief reprise.
disconnect and then catch back up. But let me just start that right now, and so everybody chill. Hopefully, this won't be pedophile music, as Big Nate said recently. The last music played was pedophile music, although I didn't know there's specific music that pedophiles use. But hey,
I'm trying to tell you.
okay, we'll be back in 30 seconds though, with the news from our
BRB.
pedophile sponsors. All right, we're back.
I feel so zen.
Was that better music? Was that
That
better?
was so much
That was
better.
better? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure it was better.
I got
music.
in touch with my inner side right now.
Okay. The number one movie of the year.
Of the
And the number one
year.
movie in
Woo!
3 days. It made over almost $600 million worldwide. Is Spider-Man No Way Home, which is Spider-Man Episode 3, basically. The third film in the Spider-Man Marvel Sony collab.
We got 3 more coming.
Do we have 3 more coming?
He signed a 3. Tom Holland signed for 3 more movies.
Is
Did
that
he?
including
Is that
Avenger
confirmed?
movies?
I
gotta
thought
think
it.
of it
I
that
thought
way.
it was confirmed for him to do 3 more movies.
Okay. He's a
Uh-huh.
bit young. He's a bit getting a little bit old to be playing a teenager.
Well, no, I don't. It's not teenager anymore.
Not
Like the
teenager
end of
anymore.
this literally they released.
He
like,
got
this is
blipped
the
away
end
for
of his
5
high
years,
school.
guys, so he never aged for 5 years.
Well, yeah, but he's
And they did
18
do a
now.
time skip in this. So he's still technically like
Well,
18.
Yeah, but you can. I was 18 in college. They literally. It was his senior year of high school. That was the
Yeah,
end
that,
of this movie.
and we haven't gotten into that, but yeah. That was an interesting ending for this.
That was
saga.
dope. I had to explain that part to Elijah, but let's get back to the beginning.
So
So mad.
So we begin this movie literally right where Far From Home ended.
Right.
Where Mysterio, the ass that he is, because if you can't win, you might as well be a little petty bitch.
Petty.
Sent the name of Peter Parker or Spider-Man to J. Jonah Jameson, lovingly played by the last good J. Jonah in the Tobey Maguire movies. To which he took that and broadcast it across the world, not thinking of any ramifications of what could happen when he did this.
Can I tell you something? Stop right there. When he did that, I was in the movie, and like literally, I turned to Elijah and said, "That's illegal." And he was like,
Literally.
Elijah was like, "What?" I said, 17.
Mhm.
I said, "That's
Literally.
illegal." I said,
Nope.
I said, he couldn't do that. I said, okay, I'm gonna stop thinking the right and I'm gonna shut up. But I was like, he was so bogus, he blasted a teenager's name.
Underage person's name on the air, calling him a mass vigilante, saying he was responsible for Mysterio's death
Yes.
and all this stuff without any facts other than a video produced by Mysterio, who was the savior.
I would have
Like, yes, we're gonna believe this one random freaking dude.
Well,
I'ma tell
how
you.
many people did? Even Hannibal Buress believed him as the security
All I'm
guard.
about to say, dude, is basketball coach the whole nine. Listen, the bottom line is, I said it out loud. I said, Elijah, if that was you, I'd be owning the Daily Bugle. Woo! But proceed.
Literally.
So after he did that, MJ gets surrounded by a bunch of assholes because that's what happens in this day and age because it's paparazzi. It wasn't even a paparazzi. It was just people
It
like,
No,
was
it was
just
"Oh, are
random
you
people.
people.
Spider-Man's girlfriend?" and blah 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 blah. And
It was just
why didn't
random
they do
people.
that when he first brought her down at the end of the movie? Why did they wait until Jay Jonah came up there and said
I
something?
Because
think
they didn't
because
know who he was,
well,
But it
and
no,
they
doesn't
because
were
matter. He just dropped this
he had
girl
just dropped her,
there.
but I think it was also like immediately after he dropped hers when
right,
the
Hmm.
thing happened. So they
right.
probably started focusing on that.
So he's just like, which was funny at the end of No Way or Far From Home. He was like, "Holy sh!" and he didn't say it, and he didn't say it in this one either, but he came close. And then he got MJ and swam off. Michelle James, is it Michelle J? What
It's
the fuck is her name?
Michelle. It's Michelle
Michelle
James.
Watson James, I
James
think.
Watson.
Yeah,
James
Yeah,
Watson.
Jane Watson.
yeah.
So that's what she goes by, MJ. But
Anyway, hold
so he
on.
grabbed her up and
And,
and
and
and, and went, and she's like, "I hate swinging, I hate swinging." He's like, I know. I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
I'm
sorry."
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It was so cute.
It's the whole time
He's
he's
like, I'm
apologizing.
sorry, I'm sorry,
wait,
I'm
but
sorry,
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
see. Can you please move your hair?
And then he took her through the sewer, and she's like, "Okay, that's not much better."
That was
Wait,
worse. Oh
wait,
my
and
god,
then
wait, when they were on top of the bridge.
I'm about to say when they're on top of the bridge, and then
Dude,
he
dude.
took the phone. Dude.
And she's
Guys,
like,
we're like,
"Dude."
sorry.
The whole time, Peter is just apologizing for what he's taking MJ
So
through,
cute.
and
So cute.
She
so
was
to
10
get
out
back
of
to
10.
his
I
house,
loved it.
and
whoa. Before
what?
you get back to the house, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna jump through the whole movie. MJ was the most supportive girlfriend I've
I
ever
love
seen in my life.
it.
She just
Made
supported him.
which literally is what pissed me off about the ending so much. Made me
Yeah.
so mad.
No, but she was so supportive. I thought to myself, damn. I said, that is one lucky son of a gun. Because man, she was there. She
Y'all
was
don't
that man's rock.
understand that this ties into the comic books in a way, and I'll get to that when we get to the end part. But a lot of this ties into the comic books in some way, form, or fashion.
But go ahead. They get to the house.
They get to the house. Happy has
And
been dumped.
yeah, but say she dumped Happy.
Aunt May was like, "It was just a fling. It was a
Honestly,
fling, buddy."
that whole scene was so funny.
And he's just standing there like, "So we can go out again." And she's looking like,
No.
No.
Sir,
No.
fling.
Hey, but
"No."
you know
Fling.
what?
We
Hold
have
on.
flung. It is over.
Hold on. That was cinematog. I can't say the word. Genius.
Hmm.
Cinematography. It was pure genius. You know, he did that whole 2 minute shot as one shot. They did not cut that. They just ran through that whole thing. Him pulling
So
the
funny.
blinds down, the whole nine. That was one shot. It was
Hmm.
genius.
But here's my thing: while he's doing all that, turn the TV off. Turn the TV off, because you want to be the one to tell her not for Aunt May to see the TV and see this play out on the TV. And then, while all this happens, the feds show up. Some department, whatever they was. I can't even remember their name
Wait,
because they weren't that
remember,
damn important.
it's the same department that in the first Spider-Man that was picking up all of the stuff and
Oh,
stole it
okay.
from what was it, the Vulture? Yes,
Hmm.
that was the same department.
So they go and haul all of them in, including Ned, into the police station or whatever station it is, and they start grilling
Fucking
them
Ned.
and blaming them for them.
God damn it. Shut up.
Well,
Ned
come
did not
on, Ned's
know.
always been the weak link. Come on, he's always the weak
God.
link. He's always the weak link.
Stop
So
talking.
Ned could not help it. I mean,
I
come on,
helped him hack
they
it
tricked
Oh,
so
I'm
him
good.
right.
sorry.
I helped him.
Michelle Jones
Whoa.
Watson.
I'm like, bro,
Michelle
shut
Jones
up.
Watson.
Yeah, Michelle
Also,
Jones.
I can't
Okay.
hear. I can't hear Uncle
So,
Nate again, so I'm gonna leave and come back again. I don't know
oh,
what it
okay.
is. I think, yeah, I don't know. BRB.
Mm-hmm. Bloop. So, yeah, that the whole thing. Could they even with the crimes that he was accused of, could they
No.
really interrogate him without a lawyer or without an adult
Here's,
No.
present?
here's, here's my problem. I sat there as a lawyer of children. I've defended what people call under the Delinquency Act, and I thought to myself, you couldn't have interrogated Peter without his mother, which would have been aunt, his aunt.
Even
You
if
could,
she was in trouble herself, you
you
still
can't
No,
can't.
without a
He
parent
needs
or
you
to have
can't do
guardian.
it.
You
he needs to have an
cannot,
advocate or something there with him,
and Ned couldn't have been interrogated.
and
That's
neither
why
could
I
MJ.
think well, yeah, Ned, MJ, none of them. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of thought to myself, and I will let you bring that up later. I love the way they brought the lawyer in, but I was like, any lawyer worth of salt would have got him out of that.
Hmm.
I'd have got all that kicked, all of it.
So the first, the first Easter egg
Beautiful,
was
beautiful.
was the reveal of his lawyer,
Yes,
who many might not have known if they just paid attention to the cinema and not ever watched the Netflix series. But it was Matt Murdock,
yes.
Daredevil.
I screamed. I did.
My whole theater erupted with claps because everybody knew who it was, which was
I
it
I,
made
I
me feel
erupted.
good because the Netflix Daredevil was like one of the most popular shows, and it made Marvel start actually going, hey, maybe we should start looking at doing things in the small screen and not just on the big screen. Um, and it was nice to have him tied in. So that means he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. So now he's got that opens him up for his own movie, which is gonna be
Yes,
dopey dope
correct.
dope dope.
Correct. So that also means then if he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that means Luke Cage is,
Yep.
Iron Fist, Jessica
Mm-hmm.
Jones,
Jessica Jones.
Punisher,
Yep.
all of them.
Ooh, Punisher.
Everybody from the Netflix
Yeah.
series are technically in this, unless they're just saying, well, this is the Matt Murdock from that universe and blah blah blah. But it's not like he didn't have the Daredevil
Agents of
powers
Shield, like
because
all of that.
right. Well, they threw the brick through the window and he stopped it, and everybody's like, wait a minute,
How you do that?
you're blind.
And he was like, "How'd you do that?" He was like, "I'm a really good lawyer."
Fucking dead.
Did you scream when he said that?
Well, I was just like, "Yes," and I told Elijah, "I can't do that, son."
I cannot.
You can't do
catch
that with both your eyes.
breaks.
He can do it.
For real, for real. I can't do that, son. I can't
So
do
they got him off on the crimes.
Except
Um,
Happy. It's like,
but
sir,
but Happy and Stark Industries got
you
in
should get a
trouble.
lawyer.
But Stark Industries got in trouble. They basically took over Stark, which is what they were trying to been doing from
Do
the beginning.
anyway.
Where was Pepper? Did she step down after Endgame? After
I
not
think
Endgame.
so. After Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War and Endgame, she probably stepped down.
Yeah. I
But
mean, because they were
so
off in the
but
middle of
Happy's
freaking
just the
nowhere.
chief security officer who's the CEO
Right.
and president of Stark.
I don't know. No one knows.
So that was the first Easter egg. That was the first one. And then we found out after so Peter goes to school and they are just being hounded at school. Where are the
Whoa.
what?
Matt Murdock did warn them. He says, "You might have got off the charges, but that does not talk about public opinion, the court of public opinion." So he tried to warn them. And wow, when they got there and the black dude ran out and said, "Are you going to have his spider babies?" I screamed.
Now wait a minute. Now wait. So there's a couple things that this movie touched on that you guys, I don't know if you noticed. You know, in this day and age, how people will harp on one thing for so long and then all of a sudden it goes away, they forget about it.
Yeah.
How long was Spider-Man really in the news about being? How long was Peter's thing foray? Did it last?
Can I tell you this?
Like
Now,
4
can I tell you
days.
this? I want to say this. If he wasn't the eye of J. Jonah Jameson, I
Mhm.
would have think he could have. It could have like a Kanye. He do something
I think
crazy,
it could have
it's
blown
nothing
over.
for
Yeah.
2 weeks, and it's gone. But
Mhm.
because he was constantly under the thumb and under the screamings of
Well,
J. Jonah,
Jay Jonah did what Sean Hannity and any of the other talking heads do. They hone in on one thing and they concentrate on that and beat it
And
until
they,
there's nothing left.
yeah.
and that's what kept him.
Until it makes him famous. Because that's
And the
Yes.
literally what happened.
and
Yeah,
the point
because he went from
is,
a podcast
He went
to
from streaming in his house on a
yeah,
green screen to a
Yep.
literal live television station.
And
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is that I think he continued to be the most known person in the world because Jay Jonah daily, hourly, just
Was
harped and
harping
harped and
on.
harped.
Yeah.
Quick question, and I do have a problem with a couple things. He's not the only superhero that's known.
Around. Yeah.
Falcon, Steve,
Literally.
Iron
Literally.
Man. Who has a
Winter
secret
Soldier?
identity?
Like,
Who has a secret identity anymore? Honestly,
no
in this
one.
universe, other than Hawkeye's family, who has a
Right.
secret identity?
Even everyone else who Black Widow is at this point too.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one's identity is secret, so it kind of blows my mind that this became this huge thing. Maybe it was because of the whole Mysterio thing and like how much destruction happened, but also he was literally an Avenger, and the
Mm-hmm.
Avengers destroy stuff all the time. So like
Not only that, he kind of saved everybody that got erased, and y'all worried about what Mysterio's babbling about.
the math ain't mathing, okay? Like
He
he
literally
brought
saved trillion,
billions of
no,
people back.
more than trillions. He saved half the universe, or helped save half the universe from a mad titan.
And now because of one dude,
Hmm.
y'all gonna forget that he was an Avenger? Like I don't understand.
Hey, what's your
I
name?
don't.
Peter Parker. Oh, okay, Peter, you want to give me that glove? Yeah, yeah, yeah. um. So after all that,
Also,
he it.
the shot of them holding hands, so cute.
Mhm. Yeah, walking into the
Walking to
school,
the school, like
and then
yes,
Hannibal
I'm here
Buress,
for you,
the
babe.
gym
And I'm like
teacher. That guy,
yes.
he was just an ass.
What a
Just,
dick.
just an ass.
Oh, wait, excuse me. I will do your bidding, Spider Lord.
What in
It's an
the
honor
hell?
to have you here, sir.
Nah, we ain't doing that, dude. Nah, nah,
What
nah.
is that? Who is that?
Don't know, don't care. See you later, alligator.
What happened? I don't see anything.
I see it and I don't want to know. Anyway,
Gone, 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 gone. So yeah, that's ridiculous. So there was a lot of things in this movie that irritated me with just the people. It's like everything it's true though, and you can do as much good as you possibly can. You do one bad thing, and
Oh
that's what
yeah.
defines you, or get
Yep.
accused of one bad thing, and that's what defines you. We see
and
that nowadays in every, just about everywhere.
I
Yeah.
mean, it happened.
Former President Clinton isn't known for the stuff he tried to get
Nope.
passed. He's known for Monica
He's known for his
Lewinsky.
affair. Yep.
Yeah.
That is true. And so, I mean, and that's the problem is that that's just the world we live in. That you accused. He didn't do it. He got off all charges, but you're
Hmm.
accused of a bad thing, and that stigma will stay with you.
Yeah.
And it's sad that somebody like, have you noticed? People will say the disgraced governor Rod Blagojevich,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna be honest with you. And people ask me all the time out here when I first got it. They said, "Oh, well, what do you think about Blagojevich?" I said, "Blagojevich didn't do anything different than any other governor.
Hmm.
Everybody did stuff for favors. He just
Hmm.
got caught. That's all it was.
Yep.
He wasn't part of the political machine to help sweep it under the rug. Blagojevich was a loner or a one-shot guy. He didn't have all that backing, so therefore he got railroaded. But if he was part of the machine, I'm not trying to throw stones at any one particular person, and I'm out the state, so they ain't coming at me. But my
Hmm.
point is that machine that's still in Illinois ain't went nowhere. And if you part of that machine, you get all of this crap would have got swept under the rug. So my thing is, people
Madigan.
harp on.
Sorry.
I ain't said that. I ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't coming
Bad
at me.
cough. My bad. Madigan. Anyway.
So my point
I don't
being,
live there no more, so
my point being, people harp on negative, and that man had saved trillions, and
yeah.
I mean over multiple worlds.
And that's
Hmm.
honestly the most accurate portrayal of exactly what it would be like if something like that happened. Because
Hmm.
that's exactly what would happen. Everyone would be so focused on the fact that, oh my god, you killed this one dude. Okay, but I literally just brought half of you back to life. I don't understand.
Not only did you kill this one dude, but we really don't know about that dude. And it comes out that
We
he
don't know
wasn't an
where he
alien
came
warrior. He was
from.
actually. Why did
Exactly.
that never come out? Did the people that used to work for Stark, did they erase his whole history? That nobody could figure out that Quentin Beck was not really a real person? That it was actually this other guy that actually worked at Stark Industries some time ago? Did they somehow erase all the Stark records that nobody could find this information out? I just find that weird.
There's
So
always holes. I mean, and that was something that obviously, like, Peter probably didn't think of it because he's 17, but like, why not just release all the information about the real Mysterio
hmm
to take the heat off of you
oh, because then
instead
he'd be
of
blamed for that.
right?
He'd be blamed for that, and then
How
it'll
dare
come
you
out that
paint him in this
and it
light?
would also it would show Stark in a bad light, right? Because basically this is all Stark's fault. All of this leading up to Far From
Everything
Home is
is
all
Tony's fault.
Stark.
Everything's Tony's fault.
Stark has created so many villains. It's ridiculous.
God damn it, Tony.
Hey,
He
hey,
created the twins. He
hey,
created
hey,
He created
Ultron.
Ultron
hey, hey,
What?
hey, hey, and I am Iron
and
Man.
Iron Man.
That's all I care.
Yeah, and his mural is everywhere. His mural is everywhere. I mean,
Everywhere.
if you remember Far From Home, Peter was trying to get away from it all, or No Way Home, he was trying to, no, Far From Home.
No, Far From Home.
He
You
was
were right.
trying to get away from everything, and he goes up top of a building, and there's a mural of Tony, and he's just like, oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it.
There's just no escaping.
So he ends up going to Doctor Strange because they get denied every
Because
college.
Steven.
Stephen Strange.
You call me sir.
You know, there's four words. There's some words you could. There's a word you could put in front of it. Would you please Scooby Doo this shit?
That was dope. I'm sorry.
There, you
That was
know,
so dope.
there. Considering we're fixing your problem because you messed up the spell, there is, a magic word you could put in
He
front of
did
it.
not mess up the spell, and we
So-
all know that.
Oh, of course. It was just the sass. It was
If
amazing.
you have a specific thing, and somebody else brought this up on another podcast. Okay, so he casts a spell and everybody forgets you're Spider-Man. Why not go up to MJ and Ned or sit everybody down and go, hey guys, I'm Spider-Man. If you trust them,
Literally me at the ending. Literally me.
I'm just
Wait,
no,
we'll,
no.
we'll
The
get there.
part at the
wait,
ending
But
I
we'll get there.
understood. I understand why he did that.
No,
No.
but wait,
No.
Aunt Jay, she can't. Aunt May has to know because I can't go through that again. And happy.
You go through it again. Be a man. Be a man.
Literally. Like, I understand the meaning behind the ending. Still stupid. Still so dumb. You
I
went
saw
through
that coming a
all
mile
that.
away.
You start.
What you know?
of
What I
course
was really
freaking
scared
saw
of,
it
though,
coming.
CJ. I wasn't scared. I kind of knew he wasn't going to tell them at the end, but I was scared that they had gotten into a relationship because he didn't exist.
Oh, him.
Her and Ned. It's don't do it like that. That is more than possible now. They're two
I mean, I
outcast kids,
guess.
basically.
But that doesn't mean they have to fall in love. They can just be friends.
I'm just saying. I'm just
just
saying. Well, if you think about it, think about how MJ and Harry were in the original Spider-Man, and then it was a love triangle. So if Peter wasn't Spider-Man or didn't do what he did, she would have been with Harry for a good chunk of time. But anyway, so he messes up the spell. We also find out that Doctor Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme; is actually Wong, which kind of makes sense because he disappeared for 5 years. So
I mean, and
were
that
those
makes
interns
Shang-Chi
cleaning
make
up
some
the
sense,
Sanctum
too.
Sanctorum? Were those
I
interns
guess
cleaning it up?
They looked like freaking robots with how in sync they were, and that was really weird. I didn't like that. That was a red flag. I was like, why are they so in sync with their scooping of the snow? I don't like it.
So he summons the or he messes up the spell and he has to contain it. Unfortunately, it opens a portal to multiple dimensions, basically pulling in anybody that
Anybody
knows
that
Peter
knows
Parker is
Peter
Spider
Parker.
Man. What's that?
I was saying the same words.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anybody that knows Peter Parker is Spider Man is there instead of everybody forgetting who Spider Man is. Um, and it causes all kinds of things. I would say that between that redeemed a lot of people.
Hmm.
Um, Electro, who everybody hated the way he looked in the original Amazing Spider-Man 2, but in this, Jamie Foxx, for the limited time he was on screen, did a good job.
Yeah.
And then Sandman, I think most of the stuff from Tobey Maguire's run as Spider-Man, most of them were pretty solid, except for Venom. And thank God they did not bring in Topher Grace's Venom because that was just horrible. Just
The new
horrible.
Venom is much better.
Yes, yes. Wait, we just got here. No.
You didn't pay your tab. Where are you going?
um. So that and not only that, that was a. I want to say there was a couple ribs at the internet community as well with Andrew Garfield because the other Spider-Man showed up. So Tobey Maguire and Andrew showed up, which
Their
was
entrances were
hilarious
so dope.
because
It was so
Andrew
funny.
and Tom Holland, they were like, "Well, yeah, we have web cartridges." He's like, "Yeah, mine's made in my body," and everybody's just like, "Ew."
Ew.
It's like that meme.
Ew. Hey,
It's like you
Karen,
have
you
to
like
make
the
your
old
own.
Venom? Karen, you like the old Venom? Well, I didn't mind the old Venom either,
Topher
Karen.
Grace was not built to be Venom, though. Venom, if you ever see the comic books, he is like the opposite of Spider-Man. He is huge. um, but so Topher Grace was not Topher Grace. I'm sorry. So the whole thing with Tobey Maguire and they're just like because that was something with Sam Raimi that everybody's like, what do you mean he makes it inside of his body? That doesn't even make sense. And then Peter's like, so wait, does that mean that does it come out of everywhere?
Everywhere. that
Hey, but
that
wait.
one
Y'all,
scene
let's
between
We're
the
let's
three
going
of
around,
them.
sir. You said we're going to talk around everything. We're going to come back to stuff.
That one scene between the three of them was everything I needed in that entire movie. Like
You
that
do know
scene
that
could have
was the
been the
meme,
end of
right? With
it.
the Spider-Man pointing at the
Oh
Spider-Man,
yes,
right?
100%.
yes, that's what it
It was
was.
amazing.
But can I tell you something? I will tell you this. I'm sorry. Ned killed it for me. I
Mm-hmm.
thought Ned was wonderful. And like you talk about when Andrew Garfield came in and
So
Ned
funny.
had created the portal, and
Mm-hmm.
when he came in and the grandmother, oh, that was the greatest scene ever. I loved it.
So
MJ drove
funny.
me crazy in that. And the reason she drove me crazy is she first of all throwing bread at him. She's like, your spider sense doesn't
Can I
work. And
tell you,
he's
that was
like, it's
hilarious.
bread.
That was hilarious. That was
He's
It's
hysterical.
like,
I was in
bread.
there
okay, I'm
dying.
coming now.
And then he sticks his fingers on the ceiling and she's like, so? And I'm like, really?
It was like, but my nana said, could you please get that spider web in the corner? That was awesome.
And then Ned does the same thing. He's looking for Peter Parker because Peter's going through a lot because one of the saddest things, that movie was very rough. And the reason I say this is Peter is trying to save all the villains before they go back, basically cure them all. So he's trying to cure Goblin. He's trying to cure um,
Doc
Doc
Ock.
Ock. He's trying to
The
cure
lizard,
Electro and
all that.
Sandman and
And
Lizard.
but the lizard tried to warn him. He
Hmm.
did.
Yeah. So, you know, unfortunately, Aunt May was a casualty for all that, and
That
She
poor
said the
this is her
thing.
line.
last foray.
She
Hooray!
said the
He
line.
said the line.
Yeah.
Whoever
So
says the
I had a
line
question: does
dies.
Uncle Ben not exist in this universe?
No,
No.
he does not exist in this universe.
So Aunt May just adopted Peter after his parents got killed or whatever.
And that was
Yep.
the auntie, and she was by herself. So
Hmm.
she had to say the line, but no matter what, the person
Say the
that he
line.
relied on the
You die.
most had to say that line and die.
Yep.
But in the first Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, he was close to both of them. Granted, yes, Uncle Ben does have to die for them to say that line, but he was really close to his Aunt May in all those movies, and even in this one, he was close. So it was a bit of a shocker for her to be killed off like that. We understood why, because it was personal growth, but that was just, and that also gave fuel
A
to
lot.
Jay Jonah to go in even more, because at that point
But
the cops
which
were
also
after him.
didn't make sense to me because it's like, you literally see that he's fighting someone. Like, why
Hmm.
are you what? Like, he didn't just destroy all that by
If
himself.
you read the comic books, Jay Jonah, every time
Doesn't
somebody
care.
did something, Jay Jonah blamed it on Spider Man. It
Oh, of
didn't matter.
course.
It was Spider Man's fault. It was Spider Man's fault.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And technically, that was kind of Peter's fault because he brought them all to Happy's house to cure them.
Yes, for sure. But
So
he
that
he
was
didn't
on Peter.
know he didn't know that Green Goblin and he didn't know that that's how that worked. Like he had never met any of them ever in his life. He didn't know that it was just literally like this being that takes over him.
But I
Hmm.
will say this. I will tell you again, cinematic genius.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
From a production standpoint, watching how
the
Peter
Spidey sense,
Spidey sense kicked in
loved it. That was
shot
beautiful,
it at Green Goblin, and he knew that Green
beautiful
Goblin
scene.
had taken over. That
Hmm.
was, and I love how Jamie says, "Why are you looking at me like that?" Just the way they framed his Spidey sense, genius,
Mhm.
genius.
Mhm.
And William Defoe again killed it
Brilliant.
as Green Goblin. He kills that role. I think he even outdid what he did in the original
Oh
Tobey
yeah,
Maguire movies as
Half of it.
Green
Take that.
Goblin.
100%.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my son came out here with my rum cake. He was like, "Can I have all of it?" No, you cannot have all of it. Half of it, maybe.
So yeah, I think there was some excellent, from Stephen Strange wasn't in it a lot. He was more a
Yeah.
cameo, but I do
Wait,
think
the scene in the freaking mirror world. Wait, this
Yes.
is geometry. You're good at geometry.
He was like, "You know what's better than magic? Math."
Math.
so
And this is why I would be a wizard because I hate
the,
math.
the stuff with just William Defoe and basically all the villains put in command performances. Lizard didn't say much because he was a lizard.
Lizard.
Um, and
You talk?
I expected Sandman to be more on Peter's side than he was, because
He
he was a
was,
reluctant
and then
villain in
he.
Spider-Man 3. He wasn't like a
Yeah.
full-blown villain. He was more of a victim of circumstances on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he was, and then Green Goblin convinced him, which was weird to me that worked because he literally was like, "I just want to go back home to my daughter." So
Hmm.
I didn't understand why he wasn't more helpful
Yeah.
and why he was like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna fight you now," even though I'm literally just trying to send you home.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand. That was a little
So
weird.
Peter did reach his lowest point, and that was when his Aunt May died, and he just took all the guilt in himself.
With great
And
power must also come great
And
responsibility.
that's when the other Spider-Man showed up. That's when Ned found them, and we went over the whole thing with Gwen Stacy. Yes, yes,
Let's
time
back
out.
up a little bit. Let's back
What?
up a little bit.
What?
I love how when Ned said, "Well, do you think uh, I have some sort of gift of magic? Because sometimes
No,
I feel tingly in my
no,
finger."
No.
He
no.
says, "You should consult your physician." I
Hmm.
almost peed. I almost peed. I know Karen's watching and she always says I have some sort of incontinence, but I almost peed. It was hysterical.
So,
I just want to find Peter.
oh, do that again. Do it again. So I wasn't trying to go all over the movie because it's a 2.5 hour film, and there's a lot to go through. There's a
Dude,
lot of Easter
I
eggs.
expected this to go to at least over an hour. So let's keep
Yeah.
rolling.
So I
I got
mean,
a second cigar.
so it was a bit. This was an intense movie, and
It was a lot.
Angel, my youngest, wanted to see it, and but it was too late because I had already bought the tickets for or didn't buy the tickets, but I had already a listed the IMAX tickets, and we were sold out. There was like nothing. It
Oh
was
yeah,
we were like, hello, how you doing?
literally.
Just sitting there.
It was. We saw it in. I saw it in 3D, and it was like that too.
Hmm.
I didn't get a chance to see it in 3D. Y'all know I'm in New Mexico. I'm glad I saw it in 2D.
Yes, but you were even more packed in sardines than we were.
Dude,
Hmm.
I was double masked. I was like, there's COVID in this room.
Omicron.
Right.
So, after seeing it, and I know how my daughter is, and she likes to cover her ears when anything sad or sappy goes on because it's just too intense for her at times. I don't think she could take this movie because it'd
No,
be too
not at all.
intense. Too
No.
intense. It'll be fine in the beginning part, but once they get to the whole Aunt May thing, she'd just be sitting there like,
Is she dying?
what?
It'd have been
Yeah.
like the moment
I
when Mufasa
literally
died.
cried.
Yes, it would
I
be like
cried
Mufasa dying. Yeah,
2
when
tears.
Mufasa died. What's that,
I
CJ?
hate crying. I cried 2 whole tears when Aunt May died. I
Hmm.
was like, not like literally as soon as Green Goblin hit, like as soon as his board hit her, I was like this the entire
And
fucking
she
scene.
died the same way he died in the original, basically,
Yeah.
except she was impaled, but she wasn't like impaled against a wall or nothing. But she was
Yeah.
basically the
She
same
got cut.
injuries he
She
had.
got cut real good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And they tried
I
to play it
knew-
off. They were like, "Oh yeah, she'll be fine."
Yeah,
Like,
everybody
nope.
thought she was fine, and I was sitting there the whole time like, oh,
No, yeah,
I
I was
don't
like,
think
mm-mm.
she's
I was
fine.
like, she not
Mm-mm.
okay.
Don't
Just because
fall
she
for
got
that.
up don't mean she okay.
I
She
just
tried
got
to
to
put on
catch
a
my
brave face
breath.
for Peter.
When she said she just had to catch her breath, I said, yeah, she's gone.
No, from the way she was looking, you could tell something was off.
I was like, she too pale. She's
Hmm.
shaky.
That wasn't a concussion. She was, yeah, something's not right. And then he's yelling for help, and the cops are shooting at him. I'm like, do y'all not see there's another person here that's dying? Could you, oh, I don't know, come in and try to help
Yes, the police being more useless as usual.
him?
Well, can I share something with you? And this is why I get in trouble down here. I tell the police, I tell everybody, I don't fall for the whole serve and protect. Police do what police do, which is wipe it out and let figure it out later. There was no human element to Peter. This movie was rough because it explained a lot of different things. I know people will kind of write it off, but I was like, that's exactly what cops go and they're running, guns blazing, and they shooting at the wrong guy, and his poor auntie's dying. Y'all ain't getting him no help because J.
Literally.
Jonah Jameson made him to be public enemy number one.
Hmm. And how many villains has he brought in before all this? The Vulture, you know, well,
Who
Mysterio, they didn't know he
is
was
in
a,
Mobius?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, he is going to be in Mobius. So, well,
Saw
I
that.
don't know if he's going to be in Mobius or Venom's going to be in Mobius. They haven't said what universe Mobius is actually. Well, no, I take
Well,
that
we
back
saw
because Vulture's
we
in it.
saw the
Vulture's in
Vulture.
it. So yeah,
Yeah, we
Mobius
literally
is
see him in the
Mobius
trailer.
in this is in this universe. That's right.
Yeah, because he was literally
Um.
like, "Oh yeah, we should talk."
So Peter's at his low point, and then the other Spider-Man come in, and they kind of talk him through everything, and they talk about how Uncle Ben died, and with great power, and they all said it together, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what?
Where'd you get that?
Wait,
Who told you
no,
that?
no, no, no. My uncle said that. Well, my aunt said that. Well, my uncle said that."
Also, literally hearing Andrew Garfield like do the speech about Gwen.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my freaking heart. I was like, it's okay.
I
It wasn't your fault.
There's something else about Andrew Garfield and this whole thing that I hope you guys saw, which was him, which was a stab at all the internet people that hated him as Spider-Man. Which
He
was
did a
he was
great
like, I
job.
love you guys. He was like, you guys are the best, and he was talking about Toby and Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
he did.
And then they were all like, no, 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 we love you too, dude. You were good too. You're great too. You're the best. And then his whole redemption of the Gwen
You're
thing,
no,
which
no.
I
They didn't
saw,
say
I
you're the
knew
best.
that was
They
coming.
were like,
I knew that was
you're
coming in the dang
amazing.
commercial.
You're
yeah,
amazing.
sure.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, when they said that, I was like, because he was amazing Spider-Man.
But
Oh,
the
but yeah,
whole thing
I
with
as
saving
soon as
MJ.
yeah, as soon as I saw MJ falling, I was like, if he's actually in it, he's gonna be the one to save her.
Uh
Like
huh.
Peter's not gonna save her. It's gonna be Andrew
He
Garfield.
tried, but Electro
Oh yeah,
wouldn't have it.
It wasn't
Electro wouldn't have it.
Electro. It
it
wasn't
was Green
Electro.
Goblin.
It was Goblin.
Oh yeah, was
Mm-hmm.
it Goblin or what?
Goblin.
It was
No, or was it
Goblin
No,
that
Goblin or was it
Goblin.
Lizard was
It
stopping him?
was Goblin who knocked him
Yeah,
over because he
Goblin.
was on his speeder, and he
Mm.
Yeah,
moved, knocked him out the way, and that's when Andrew jumped down.
Mm-hmm. And Andrew
and
caught
then
her, and he was like, "You okay? You
he was
okay? You
holding
okay?"
her. He was holding her like I was in tears, and I was in the theater, and I was like, he said never again.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
Yeah, when he
Um.
held her, and when she asked him, "Was he okay?" That's when I broke. That's
Yeah.
when I broke.
Oh, 100%.
So, what did y'all think about the whole putting the Captain America shield on the Statue of Liberty?
What the hell? Like we know. Okay, I know y'all love Steve, but chill, chill. He does not need to be everywhere.
Not
Calm
at
down.
all. No.
I mean, they've already made a play about him, a stage play.
No, no, that was actually yes. You're talking about Hawkeye. That is
No,
actually a
no, no,
stage
no, no.
show.
I'm not talking about Hawkeye. If
What?
you remember, in one of the pans of the wide, as they were asking, when Peter was telling him, "This is where we're going to be," there was a marquee for the play.
Oh,
In
okay.
the
That's so
Well, I
funny.
thought you were talking about the Hawkeye one because
Yeah, because
that's
in
a real
Hawkeye,
play. That's a real play he was at.
there's
That's a real
like an
broadcast.
I
Avengers.
know, but they also put it in this movie.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Which is funny because everybody has singing parts, and Hawkeye was sitting there like Ant-Man wasn't even there.
Right. That
he
was so funny.
wasn't even
He's like, he
there.
literally wasn't even there.
That guy wasn't even there. Um,
And Hulk
it,
smash.
mhm. That was a this was a intense movie. Um, it's gonna pull at your heartstrings.
Can I tell you what it was? And this is what I was telling the people earlier at lunch today. I said this movie was as layered as Black Panther. It
Hmm.
was
Yeah. There was a lot
multi-layered.
of
There was a
different
lot
things
going
happening.
on, and I tell you, it touched on a lot of subjects. And I don't like saying this because Black Panther to me, it was the best Marvel movie they've made. This is on par with Black Panther.
Yeah, I would say I love Infinity War more than I love Endgame, and um, maybe it's because and then maybe it's because the way I liked how Steve came back and how Wakanda and all the fighting was. Granted, Endgame had some awesome stuff in it. This is probably on par with all the movies that I did love. I mean, I don't think Cap had one weak movie except for maybe his first movie. And a lot of people didn't like Civil War, but I did. But to
I
me,
like
I
Civil
Civil
love
War
War
too.
Civil
was
War.
good.
I
Civil
love
War was
Civil
great.
War.
But I don't think anything in Cap's arsenal beats Winter Soldier. That was like his high point. I don't think anything can beat
Winter
Winter
Soldier
Soldier.
was chef's kiss.
Yes, it
Hmm.
was. It was.
So good.
I
So
agree.
back to the cops thing, the whole dang it, Fury was off world. Okay, so Fury was off world. Not everybody working there for Shield
Was
was
gone too.
scrolls. They were not
Right.
all scrolls. So how
Where
is it
was
no
what? Where
record that
was
they pulled
Hill?
in? Right, and
Where was
Fury
Hill
didn't
at?
Fury tell them to do that?
Right.
So how is there no record that he was on this mission for Shield?
Can I ask you a question? And
Mm-hmm.
this is my conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
I think that main guy that was interviewing everybody and trying to and interrogating them, I think
Mm-hmm.
he's a scroll.
Possibly, but I don't see how because the scrolls are right now on our side. Although we'll see what
No,
happens in
I think
Secret
he
War.
was a scroll because when people said he was off world for a year,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would know that.
Correct.
I honestly believe he's a scroll, and
Right. Who would know that he's off in Sword somewhere?
and that's what I'm saying. I think that was setting up secret invasion, but that's just
Mm-hmm.
me.
So it ends with all of them going back and all of them having their issues fixed as far as the villains go. So the question I have, and I posed this to Big Nate, after I saw the movie last Friday. So what does that mean with them going back to their point in time without their powers? Do they die or do they live?
I think the whole point was them fixing basically their it was like a redemption arc for the villains. So like
Hmm.
fixing whatever made them want to fight Spider-Man, because that's how they died, was fighting Spider-Man. And now that they don't need to fight Spider-Man
What
anymore,
about Green Goblin 2?
potentially they
He's
won't
still
die.
out there. Electro's gone, but Green Goblin 2 is still out there. He'll still kill Gwen. Gwen still dies. Because that's who killed Gwen was Green Goblin 2, the other
But
Green
if you
Goblin.
remember,
Yeah.
just like they all said, I had Peter right at the, and then I don't remember anything. And then how Electro said, "Yeah, I was kicking his tail," and then, oh dang, I died too. So they
Hmm.
went over right before they died. So yes, Gwen is gone. Yes, I think that Green Goblin's son is gone. Harry's gone.
How is Harry
Yeah.
gone?
They already said
How is
Harry's
Harry
gone.
gone? William Defoe never, if he came back and he was not the Goblin, why would Harry take the formula? Harry has no reason to, because his dad is there.
But I feel like this is after specific
Right. This is
points.
before, right before Green Goblin died, is when he got pulled, and he comes back and he's healed, so he's not going to have the glider attack him. So why? This is the end of Spider-Man. Why in Spider-Man 2 would Harry ever take the formula then?
So that actually would pull that back,
Yes.
rewrite history. Harry
Hmm.
would be alive.
And same thing with Doc Ock. Doc Ock never takes Peter to Harry to reveal that Peter is Spider-Man, and MJ never gets taken.
But I mean, Doc Ock would then just never exist.
Right. Well, Doc Ock should have never existed anyway because, well, he would have still existed, but he would be cured and he'd go back and he would never end up dying the way he did. He wouldn't have gotten thrown,
So
absorbed.
I feel like either way, there's gonna be continuity issues with Doc Ock and Green Goblin anyway, because Doc Ock happens after
Green
what's his
Goblin.
face dies.
Hmm.
So like them going back cured,
Same thing with the
one of
lizard.
them's
The
gonna have to
lizard
die.
happens before Electro, and then Electro happens, and that's the same time that the other Harry, who was horrible, he's an awesome
So
actor,
bad,
but he was horrible as Green Goblin. That didn't even make any sense
so
because
bad.
Norman was supposed to be Green Goblin, not his son does become Green Goblin. And did you guys like the whole thing about, well, yeah, I had to kill my best friend, and Ned sitting there like,
It's like
wait
I
a minute.
promise I won't betray you and turn into a supervillain.
Hold on. But then I said it in the movie theater. Somebody shushed me, and I said, Elijah. I said, do you know why that's important? And he was like, no, I don't understand. I said, if you read the comic books, and I had to go back and verify this,
Hmm.
wasn't Ned Hobgoblin?
Yes, Ned is Hobgoblin. He finds the tech. He finds some Green Goblin tech, and he becomes Hobgoblin.
And so and that's crazy when he said he never tried to kill him. I'm like, wait a minute, am I confused? Isn't Ned
Hmm.
Hobgoblin? So I went back and I checked it out. I said, yeah, Ned was Hobgoblin. Dang.
But I mean, I don't think they're setting that up now since he
Not in
has
this universe. I
the
don't think he's gonna be.
he
I
has the
think
No,
they're
in
kind
this
ring.
of touching on
universe,
the magic though. They are touching
I
on the
think
magic.
that he's gonna go down the strange path. I think
Yeah.
somehow he's gonna do something with magic.
Hmm.
I think I think he'll be part. Maybe he might be part of the new Avengers. Maybe they're trying to set him up as a magician or uh, doing with the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's another thing. Like, I don't. There has to be something's gonna happen where it's gonna get like either reversed or they're gonna remember, because there's no like now Ned has no idea he has magic powers anymore. So it's like,
Well, there's a lot of things that came out of this, right? So Peter never graduates from high school.
No,
He's
I saw
taking
the
yeah,
his
he's
GED
GED.
box.
yeah
I
he's
saw
taking
the
his
GED
GED.
pass.
He's taking his GED. He's moved into some small apartment and he's taking the remaining of the stuff that was left over from Aunt
Aunt May's
May.
apartment.
Yeah, and he's basically on his own. So this is how he ends up working for Jay Jonah, obviously. because that's
I guess,
remember
yeah.
that's how he used to make money in the
Was he
comic
worked for
books
the
and in the
newspaper?
movies because he
He
was
worked for the
taking
Daily
pictures of
Bugle.
Spider-Man. They wanted pictures of Spider-Man,
Yep.
and he was the only one that could get those awesome pictures of Spider-Man. I don't know why. I don't know how he did it, but yeah, he was one of the few people that could do it. So Ned is 25 in real life.
hmm Tom
Let's
Holland
see.
is also 25, and so is Zendaya.
Okay, so everybody's
They're all
25.
25. Yeah.
So they're getting up there to be playing these roles. Maybe the next ones there'll be a
Well, the next one is going to be
time
them in
skip.
college. Yeah, and
Okay.
I think there's going to be a time skip. I
Hmm.
imagine there's going to be a time skip. Because first of all, now the other two are going to freaking Boston.
Hmm.
So I'm like,
Well, they did
you're
move
just gonna
away. I mean, Peter wasn't
you're
all.
just gonna let
MJ
her
did
go?
move away when they were, in the comic books. He wasn't always around her because that's where Gwen came into his life was because MJ was gone.
Let's talk about this goddamn ending.
The diner scene.
Pisses me off
Why are
so
you so
much.
mad about that? He could
Okay,
not. He was going to tell her until he saw the band-aid over
he
her eye.
started off he initially started off messing up the spell because he was like, MJ has to know. And Strange was
Hmm.
like, cool, MJ knows. And then he added everyone else, and that messed up the spell. But he started off messing up the spell by adding MJ. They had the whole scene at the end where he was like, oh, I have to make you forget. And she said, I love you, and then was like, tell me when you see me next time. And then he goes and chickens out.
He didn't chicken out, niece.
She has a
He didn't
scratch.
chicken out.
Niece, he
He's
didn't chicken
saving her.
out.
He's
He
saving her.
no,
No.
niece,
That's
niece,
bull. That's
niece,
bull.
niece,
Because if I told, after everything that they have been through, you're gonna take
niece,
her choice away from knowing you because
niece,
you think it's the right thing to do. No, that's
niece,
dumb.
niece. If he's going to continue to be Spider-Man, then he's going to have enemies. And if she doesn't know, then she's safe. And when you
Hmm.
really
Okay.
love somebody, you want to make sure that they're safe. And when he
They
saw
can be
that,
safe, but she's also allowed to have a choice.
and
He's literally
when he
taking away
saw
her
that
choice by not telling
band-aid,
her.
and she saw Ned sitting over there, he says the two most people that I care about the most
That's
are
still
safe.
left, and I just lost Aunt May.
I'm not gonna put her through that again.
I'm not
And
saying it's
he,
right. Don't
no,
get me
no,
wrong. I'm
I
not
thought
saying
it
it's
was
right.
right.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no.
say
completely thought it was
I
right.
understand
no.
what you're saying. You're saying that he took away her choice, which he did.
He took away her choice. He took away the
Their
literal,
love.
like, he took that away from her without any, and
Let
just
me
did it
tell you
because he
something.
assumed that that was what she wanted or that was what would be best.
Let me tell you
And that's
something.
ridiculous.
So in the comics, Peter does a news conference and reveals he's Spider-Man when he's on the Avengers. It was with Stark and all those others. In the end, to stop people coming after them, Mary Jane makes a bargain with Mephisto. Does it sound
Right,
right? Does this sound familiar? She
right.
makes a bargain with Mephisto for everybody to forget who he was, who they were, who he was. And they did that. But her and Peter split up because she made them, because Mephisto, in order for Mephisto to do it, he said, well, you have to give up your love for him. That's what I get to hold on to. So he took her
Right.
love and used that to do the spell. And he feasted on their love.
But
So
that didn't
this
happen
is,
here.
I know it didn't happen here, but it's pretty similar where they forget about each other. Well, he didn't forget about her. This time she forgot about him. So it's kind of inverse. But
And
but
but,
she
but
still knows everything in the comic books, and she just never tells them.
and so but here's where I knew there was hope. She's still wearing the broken necklace.
Hmm.
So something
And
inside
she
of
looked
her
at him a couple times, like, "Huh, something's
still
weird."
knows. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
thing so
Well,
my
that's
thing
another
is
reason I think it's going to end up getting reversed anyway. Or it's going to come out again anyway.
Oh yeah, it will. But I think Zedaya's, is her contract up for playing this role?
I don't think so.
now that I don't know. I know
I know
Peter signed
he
up for
has
3 more.
been, but I also know he's been talking about taking a break too.
Hmm.
because he's
Okay.
been doing movies like back to back to back. Not only
Well,
just
yeah, he's
Marvel, but
got
just
freaking Drake coming
uh,
out soon.
Uncharted.
Nathan
Yeah,
Drake,
Uncharted's
which
coming out.
I don't know about him playing that role, but whatever.
Wait,
I was
what
I mean,
role
the
was he
trailer
playing
looks
again?
good. He's doing the
from
Uncharted
the
movie.
Sony PS games, the God,
Oh
what the
yeah,
heck
yeah,
is the
yeah,
name of
yeah,
that
yeah. Got it,
series?
got it, got
Uncharted. I've literally been
Uncharted.
saying
Yeah.
it.
Sorry, couldn't hear you. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear myself. I can't hear you guys for half the time. So there's two mid credits. Well, there's one mid credit scene and one
Post
trailer
credits.
at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
That
so
was
the
funny.
mid
That was
credit
great. I was like,
scene
oh, this is a
is
trailer. Cool.
Venom is actually a continuation of Venom,
Hmm.
and at the end of
It's Venom in
Venom,
this universe.
he ends up in another he ends up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he sees Peter on the screen, and he's licking the screen, talking about some. There's something about this guy, and we're all sitting back like, dude, that's not stalkerish at all.
No, no way.
Right. So in the mid credits, he's at a bar in Mexico, and he's sitting there talking to the guy, and he's like, "So I'm in a world. This world is filled with superheroes." And they're like, yeah. So the guy's like, yeah. And all this stuff comes out. And so they're like, okay, well, I guess the best thing for me to do is go talk to the Spider Man guy. But at the same time he says that, Doctor Strange must cast a spell that sends everybody back.
Hmm.
And Venom can feel that he's about to go back. And Venom's like, no, we just got here. No, not again. But Venom left behind. Venom is just horrible. He just leaves parts of himself behind.
Everywhere.
So the question is that I have for you guys: who do you think is going to play the Eddie Brock of this universe of the MCU?
I
Can I
assumed it was
tell
going
you?
to be the bartender.
No, he's
No.
gonna make his way to Flash. That's my prediction.
Well, Flash is
Flat.
Venom in the thing, but that this Flash, I don't know about this Flash being Venom.
No, I think it's gonna be this Flash.
Okay. Well, but this Flash, if you recall in the comic books, Flash is Venom. He's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He doesn't like go after Spider-Man or nothing like that. He actually is Agent Venom. He works for Shield.
Like super fast Flash? That
No, no,
Flash?
no, no, no. Flash, the Middle Eastern kid. Flash.
Oh. I was like, who the fuck is
Yes.
Flash? Oh, yeah, Spider Man's best friend? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that is not Spider-Man's best friend. Oh my God, really? Read my new book. It reveals all. Um. So you got that, and then the last part is we get our Doctor Strange preview. Thank God for
Yeah. Doctor
Miss
Strange
the
is coming.
multiverse
Let's
Marvel,
go.
Miss
of madness
Marvel.
with my girl Wanda,
Yes,
and
Wanda.
and
Miss.
we had
He's
a
like,
what if
this isn't
Strange in there.
about well, this isn't about Virgil. This isn't about that.
No.
I fucked up. Literally what he did. So funny.
So obviously, Nate, from what you're saying about well, no, actually, I think it was you, CJ, that said there's going to be repercussions, and these are the repercussions.
Oh
He changed. He didn't let, but Peter was able to change the future for all these people before they returned to their universe.
yeah. Hmm.
There's ripple effects
The
to him doing
TVA
that.
is not gonna be happy.
TVA's not around. How's the
Exactly.
TVA around?
Exactly.
What we do know is around is Doctor Strange, Supreme Strange, who is sitting in his pocket universe where the other Strange shows up in
Mhm.
the trailer. And
I thought that was wild. I thought that was a great bridge from literally like the freaking cartoon into live action. I thought that was
It
dope.
was great.
And
It was
it
great.
was great because my best friend went with me and he hasn't watched any of the shows. And like Evil Strange showed up and I was like, and he was like, wait, what? And I was like, you gotta watch What If, you need to watch Loki, and you gotta watch WandaVision. Like
uh-huh.
Captain America, like Captain or Falcon Winter Soldier is not really prevalent in this, but all the other three, gotta watch them. Even if you
Hmm.
just watch the episodes with Evil Strange in it, like you'll
Yeah,
understand.
but what was great, what was wonderful, and what I thought about is I was like, wait, does it? I was like, even though yes, there's repercussions, and yes, Strange did do something, it was actually Sylvie that created the multiverse.
No, that's
I
not the
feel
problem.
like
The problem
I
is
feel
that
like
when he
it's a
sent those
lot
people
of
back,
different things.
Right. There's different things. When he sent those
There's
people
a lot of
back,
different layers.
yeah, when those people got sent back, Spider-Man had messed up their futures
Yeah.
by repairing them before he sent them back.
He had basically fucked with their destinies. And then
Yes.
another thing that made me think of, like right now, is that moment at the end of Loki where Kang's like, "Oh, everything's different now."
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if it's when Wanda got her powers, if it's when
It's
Strange
interceding.
did
They
the new
they they've
spell.
done
It's like
cuts where
all of
everything
these things.
intercedes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And someone's probably going to do a cut showing the timing of Strange releasing the spell also matching up with Kang. Marvel does
Right.
nothing on
So it
accident
could
at
be
all.
that when he finished the spell and everybody forgot who Peter was. After
Mm-hmm.
that is when Sylvie did what she did, and at the same time Wanda did what she did.
Yep.
Or it could be at the start of the uh, multiverse of madness. Could be at the start of that all that happens at one time.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel
Nate,
like
did you see your
everything
girl is
happened
getting her
at the
own
same
show?
time.
Who?
Who?
Agatha, she's getting her own
Oh
show.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
She's
can't wait.
so excited. So excited.
So all in all, I would say
Whoa, whoa,
Spider-Man
whoa,
is
whoa,
worth
whoa, whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa, whoa. It was Agatha all
Ah, I
of
was waiting for it. So
you.
I would say that Spider-Man is
It was good.
definitely worth
10 out of 10.
yeah.
Gotta see it again.
hmm I'm gonna go
I've
see it
already seen
again,
it.
but I got too
I've already
much.
seen
I
it
got too
twice.
much I want to see.
I've already seen it twice.
I'm gonna see it next week. I already
I'll
have
probably see it
plans.
next week too. This week is Matrix and um, Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yep. Eggsy won't be in it, but it's Kingsman, so gotta watch it.
Although Eggsy is apparently not doing hot. There have been some allegations that have come out, and I'm like, don't
Between
like it.
him and the guy and Chris
And
North from Chris North or North or whatever his
Yeah,
name is
nah.
from Sex and the City and Law and Order.
Yeah.
It's
I thought
it
you were gonna bring up Kevin Spacey because Kevin Spacey was in Kingsman too.
well, Kevin Spacey wasn't in Kingsman.
I thought he was in Kingsman. Am I losing my mind?
No,
I'm losing my mind.
you're thinking he
Stop.
was in
Oh,
He
I'm
was in Austin
thinking.
Powers, but he was not in
No.
Kingsman.
I'm thinking
Wait,
of
rewind.
the
I
driving
haven't
movie.
heard the things about Eggsy. What's Eggsy? What's wrong with Eggsy?
I think it was sexual assault allegations. I don't remember, but it's something of that nature. Yeah.
They just can't
You
control
got all that
themselves.
money. You got all that money. Keep your hands to yourself. There's too many people that will do it willingly. Don't force
Literally.
somebody to do nothing. Like I
I
can't
don't get it. I don't
like
understand it. I don't
like I
understand it.
can't understand Tip. Ti. You got
But
all
Ti
these
is doing fine. He's doing better now than he was before.
but my problem is it's the same thing. You are a multimillionaire platinum that everybody knows. You walk in the room, the whole room knows who you are. You don't have to
hmm
force nobody to do nothing. If that one young lady won't do it, five others will. Why are you forcing the one person that don't want to do it? It just confuses me.
And why are you drugging him?
Mm-hmm.
There's too
Like,
many people that'll be willing to turn upside down and
and
flip
his
and do
wife
anything
helped.
you're asking for.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't make any
I mean,
damn
it's the same thing with the whole Nicki Minaj stuff.
Oh,
And
when
her
she
boy
protecting her brother.
and her brother, yeah.
and you have enough money, Chris North. I don't understand it. You had the Law and Order fame, then you
hmm
got the Sex and the City fame. Why
hmm
are you pushing yourself on somebody who says no? Once they say no, just go to a random bar. You'll find five others
Literally.
that'll say yes. I just
Literally.
hmm
don't. I guess it's the mentality of I'm so and so. How dare you turn me down? I'm gonna force you. I don't. Maybe you're stuck in your own ego. I don't get it.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. It's all messed up. But
Well, I'm waiting.
this is akin to, I mean, you had Kevin Spacey, there's a lot of stuff going on. You had poor um Johnny Depp and his wife who just they
Oh yeah,
both were just horrible
the new
people.
trailer of I saw the
Yeah.
new trailer for what is it? Well, I don't remember. I don't even know what this one's called.
Fantastic Beasts.
Well, yeah, but I don't remember what the third one is called besides
It's
Fantastic Beasts.
It's Dumbledore. It's something to do with Dumbledore or whatever,
Of
but
course it is. It's always
they've
Dumbledore.
changed his face again. Now it's God, who is it? I can't remember who it is.
I don't know who it is, but I know it's a new person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't remember who it is either.
Well, but the bottom line is, I'm happy about the second one that was the trailer for Multiverse of Madness, because that's going to launch Miss Marvel, who is going to
Mm-hmm.
launch the Young Avenger. Young Avenger.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Well,
Yeah.
if you notice,
The
who
trailer was
was
good too.
also in that trailer, right? Y'all did see Miss Marvel was in there, right?
Yeah.
That's what I just
Looked like that
said.
was Miss Marvel.
That's
Yeah.
what I just said.
Hmm. So,
I'm excited. I just want to see Wanda. Give me Wanda. Give me all the Wanda. Like I saw her like using her powers and I was like, yes, Betty.
so we'll see if she wears her costume from the TV show,
That
her
would
new
be
costume.
dope. Would love. 10 out of 10. Hot as fuck.
But
Love it.
all in all, we do advise you to go see that
Spider-Man was great. 10 out of
tomorrow,
10.
today, or almost tomorrow, or almost today. I'm sorry, is the last season finale of Hawkeye. I don't think there's going to be another one. Um, but Kate Bishop will probably be, of course, the next Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you got next
Honestly,
week
I think
is
the most
Boba Fett.
important,
Next week
yeah,
is Boba Fett.
the most important thing to come out of Hawkeye, I think, was we got the confirmation that Yelena got snapped.
Hmm.
Because that explained a lot of Nat's choices
Yeah.
in Endgame.
Hmm.
It's because she was alone for the first time in a long
Yep.
time. Because her sister
Hmm.
got snapped. And it explained why she was so pushing them to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And literally the whole scene with Yelena coming back and then her being like, I have to find my sister. And I'm like, no!
Yeah.
Ah!
And that kind of explains why old girl was able to manipulate Elena.
Because
But
she hadn't seen her.
that kind of annoyed me too. It's kind of like, so you really think that your sister, who has been by Hawkeye's side for 20 something years, you really think he killed her? Like, seriously?
I mean, I feel like at least on her end, she's been raised to be suspicious of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she doesn't know him personally. Like, she doesn't know really what they went through besides the fact that he's
Well,
been
did
next
you
to
want
Nat
some
this
mac
whole
and cheese
time.
with some hot sauce?
Oh, yes. It's delicious. It's
But we're talking about
delicious.
stuff that Nate hasn't seen, so we're gonna let that go.
Yeah.
Let that go. Um, but I want to thank everybody for joining us. It's been a minute.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here live. This will be going up on iTunes pretty soon, and this was a special day that we did this. So thank you all for all that could watch us live, and all those that will listen to us on iTunes.
This
But
might become the normal day because your girl works Friday nights.
Big Nate, anything you want to shout out or mention?
Well, first off, before I do that, I want to say, like I said, this was an incredible movie, multi layered, wonderfully shot, great script, very
Script
powerful.
was dope.
I did not expect this script to be as good as it was.
The
Just
scene
great
between the three of
script.
them at the Statue of Liberty was amazingly written. They were
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Hilarious.
The Captain America Statue of Liberty. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
And
Ben.
I'm gonna
Also,
be honest
I
with you,
thought they were gonna kill him. when he stabbed Tobey Maguire, I was like, no! It's like, you cannot kill OG Spider-Man! Stop it!
and now he was like, I've been stabbed before. You're in a lot
I've
of
been
pain.
stabbed
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Yeah.
like,
It's so funny.
yeah.
So again, I love the way that they brought back the two Spideys. I'm sorry. I love also the redeeming of Andrew Garfield, because everybody said he was weak and everybody disliked him, but they were like, no, you're amazing. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, yes, he is amazing. And to be honest with you, my humble opinion, between Electro coming back, I'm sorry, Jamie
Yes.
Andrew
For the little parts he
Garfield,
was in, Jamie was fire.
and
Oh
and
yeah.
and Andrew Garfield was on point. He played the hell out of the super nerdy that he was supposed to. He was on. He was to me. He was a gem in this. I mean,
Jamie
of
Foxx
course,
is an amazing actor.
but of
Mm-hmm.
course, I know that everybody loves Tobey Maguire, but I personally really loved Andrew Garfield. He was the one that got the most crap. I think this movie redeemed him. I also hope
And he
this
got crap because of stuff he
He
couldn't
got
control,
crap
like a
for no
script,
reason.
right.
Yeah.
like the script.
And,
You
and
know.
my point is, I think the way they did this, this can open us up for another Andrew Garfield Spidey.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Hmm.
how I love how Jamie threw the lob to bring in Miles Morales when he said, "I just
Yes.
thought you were black." So that opens up the Miles
Yes.
Morales
That
coming
was
in.
great.
Yes, that was awesome. He's like, wait, I hope there's a black Spider-Man
He,
out there somewhere.
he was like, you help the underprivileged and do all this nice stuff. I just thought you were
So
black,
I
man. I'm like,
love how
Miles
they did.
Morales.
Yes. So when he did that, I said, "Ooh, that opens up Miles Morales." Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
so my thing is, this was a great script. I'm gonna tell you something. Who I don't know who wrote this script. I don't know what collaboration wrote this script. Excellent, excellent script writing. Poor Andrew Garfield. He had to work with what he had, which was crappy scripts, and he did a fine
Mm-hmm.
job with crappy scripts. So I think
And I
this
think
opens
now
up.
that, yeah, for sure, now that Kevin Feige has really taken over Marvel, and now that they have the rights to Spider-Man, I think it'll
Well, they still
be
share
much
the
better.
rights with Sony. They
Yeah.
still share it, much like Venom and
But the good
what?
thing about it is Marvel's taking the helm with Spidey, which
Mm-hmm.
means we're gonna have some
Probably
damn
because
good.
Disney ain't giving Sony no choice.
Yeah. Who's the bigger company here, Disney or Sony?
Facts. Facts. Sony really tried to be like, I'm gonna keep Spider-Man, and Disney was like, huh, sir, hold my drink. you're gonna you're gonna keep part of our
We
biggest
will buy your
moneymaker away
whole
from us?
entertainment division
You're
and then
funny.
some. Yeah, and which
Literally.
they did with Fox.
Exactly. They were like, oh, you want to be the next Fox? Bet. And Sony was like, wait. Here. Disney was like, that's what I thought.
Which is interesting you say that because Sony does Hotel Transylvania, and Hotel Transylvania, the new one, isn't coming out in theaters. It was supposed to.
It's coming out on Amazon.
Yeah, it's coming
On Amazon
straight out
Prime.
on Amazon next month,
Hmm.
which is weird.
It's very
Weird,
weird.
But
weird.
there's so many networks now. You got Paramount Plus, you got BBC,
Hmm.
not AMC Plus, you got BBC Plus.
You got
It's just
Hulu, you got Amazon Prime Video,
it's
and everyone is not only releasing like already made
Stars. You got
content, but
All
they're
Black.
also releasing their own content.
Hmm.
So it's so hard to keep track of everything, and it's also basically almost like paying for cable. It's
At
so
this point, yeah.
annoying.
So yeah, I
So
can have
annoying.
cable, but I still don't have all the shows I want to watch. I don't. If you don't have Disney Plus, just stuff missing. If I don't have Netflix, there's stuff I'm missing. Like I just finished up all the Lost in Space finally, all 3 seasons, which was this Lost in Space was very interesting and very. It's it's gritty as hell. This Lost in Space is just crazy.
Can I tell
Uh,
you? Now
what?
that is a the series that I would like to see be brought back to the movie theaters.
What's that?
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space was never in the movies. It was a TV show. Or are you
I
talking
would
about the
like
one they did try to do that was horrible?
right. I
Oh, okay.
think they need to do it again and take this to the movie theaters on how they did it in the new series. That would be dope.
Have any of you watched the new series?
I seen one episode.
Okay. All right. It was good. It's interesting because they did something that I'm sure a lot of people did not like. First of all, Judy is mulatto because her dad was an astronaut and he went off into space. So Maureen had a first husband before. No, she wasn't even married. She just had a child out of wedlock. And the husband didn't, and the guy didn't know before he went into space. And she remarried, and Judy became a Robinson or whatever. But that's one dynamic. And then Will isn't as whiny as he usually is. But he's still stupidly naive because, and Dr. Smith's a woman.
Sounds good to
So
me.
yep. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. but it's an interesting series, and it's actually, if you guys ever saw, oh, what was that movie? Dazed and Confused. There's a girl in Dazed and Confused, and she plays the main villain, and she plays Dr. Smith, and she does an awesome job in that role. But I
Well,
digress.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm excited to see what's gonna be jumping off in the multiverse of madness. I'm excited for this now next phase of Marvel. I can't
Hmm.
wait to see how what they're gonna do with Spidey because I think they've redeemed Andrew Garfield. I think he should get another movie. I don't know if he will, but he should. I think this brings in Miles Morales. I just am can't wait to see what they're going to do next.
Well, the
Kevin,
next thing is Miles' movie, right? The next Spider-Man thing is Miles' movie, because there's
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse 2 is
Into
coming
the
out.
Spider Verse 2 is coming out, yeah.
Hmm.
well, I can't wait. I can't wait to bring him into actual live action. It's going to be dope. But
Yep.
all in all, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm with my niece on that full 10 out of 10. I couldn't find one thing wrong. It was a beautiful movie. We
Well,
were,
even with the things wrong, they don't overshadow
mhm.
everything right with the movie.
And but I'd say the things that are wrong with the movie I think are purposeful so that they can help create the multiverse of madness.
Hmm.
So 10 out of 10. Dope.
Okay. So, anything to shout out then, Big Nate?
Well, I will tell you, if you guys, we didn't get a chance to do any other shows previous, so you guys missed my Christmas show.
Hmm.
I had so much fun and had so many people listening to my Christmas show when for the old school drive where I played the Christmas music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the stuff that people don't play because everybody's listening to Mariah Carey. No shade to Mariah Carey. We love her.
But all we want for Christmas.
Right. And then,
Is
so my,
you.
right. And so all I'm saying is I played literally Santa Claus, Go Straight to the Ghetto, and I mean Temptations Christmas, and had a fantastic time. Wonderful show. So I think I'm gonna be phoning it in next Sunday. I don't think that'll be a live show because my boy gets on a plane on Sunday to go spend the next till New Year's in Chicago. So the old school drive will still be rolling from 3 to 6 because the Cowboys are playing the 11 o'clock game. But I'll be on the radio, and
Hmm.
then the January 3rd, the old school drive from 1 to 5 with me, Big Nate, will be rolling, but it won't be 1 to 5. It'll be 3 to 6, and then the January 3rd show, the Cowboys changed their time to play till 2 p.m. So I won't be on for the show after New Year's because when they
Okay.
play at 2 o'clock, their game goes from 2 to 5, actually 2 to 5:30. So, and the pregame goes from really 1 to 2. So there's no room for me. So that week I won't be having a show January 3rd. Then I'll be back after that to my normal time, 1 to 5 p.m. So please tune in www.fierro106.1 FIERRO 1061.com and come check me out every Sunday. And thank you.
All right. Christina.
I loved it. Besides the ending, which obviously I know makes fucking sense, but I still don't. As a woman who has emotions and knows what it's like to have someone give me up for the greater good.
But that has always, here's the thing. That has always been Peter's thing.
I get
Always.
it.
It's
I
always.
get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm not saying I don't understand.
Think about
I'm
what he
just
went through
saying
in the OG
from the
trilogy.
other side of the spectrum, from her point of view, she's
Hmm.
gonna be pissed at him.
Yeah. And she said that.
And
She said that,
rightfully so.
if you recall, she said that. She's like, if you
She
don't
did.
come,
I'ma kill. Like, she's
huh?
gonna be pissed at him.
Yep.
And he's gonna have to accept her anger because even if he had just restarted their relationship and still kept it a secret from her, Like
Hmm.
that, obviously she'd figure it out because it's freaking MJ.
But how's that going to work though if she's going to Boston? How could he restart the relationship?
That's like, just go with her. Like there's nothing keeping him in New York. Like, what reason did he have to stay in New
Because
York?
there's no crime in
Nothing.
Boston. There's nothing. I mean, yes, they said there's crime in Boston, but he was sitting back like there's really no crime in Boston.
Anyway,
I mean, seriously. It's not New York.
aside from that, I think it was great. 10 out of 10. Zendaya, mwah, chef's kiss. Tom Holland, mwah, chef's kiss. Also, the fact that they're in a real life relationship and watching how they interact on screen, knowing those emotions are very real,
Hmm.
mwah, chef's kiss.
So, how do you think is it going to end up like Bella and Edward?
No, I don't think so. I feel like, because Kristen Stewart is a very different person than Zendaya.
She's Snow White.
Also, Zendaya is amazing and would never cheat on anyone.
It's not Zendaya I'm worried about.
I don't think. Honestly, I don't think it'll end badly. Like
Mhm.
the way that they have built their relationship and like how it has evolved, I don't think. Obviously, like, I can't predict the future, but I don't think it'll end negatively. Like, even I feel like even if they end up breaking up and like parting ways, like it won't be some big scandal.
Okay.
Do you
They're
see the way he
too
look? Do you see the way he looks at her? Just
literally.
like Lizard said, that can't be his girlfriend. No, I'm gonna tell you.
He looks at her like she hangs the sun. Like every red carpet event
She's
we go
not my
at,
speed. She's a very lovely girl, but she's just
I
she,
love her.
I'm
I want to
um
be Zendaya when I grow up.
there's
Like there was this clip
you
that
guys
came
are all the
out
same
from him.
age.
She's 2 months older than me. I can still want to be her when I grow up. Anyway, there there was this clip that came out of him stopping like mid interview
Hmm.
because she showed up at the red carpet and like him
Yeah, I remember
looking
that.
for her. It was ugh. I love them. I think they're great. I think they really balance each other out. I think the emotions are real and genuine, and obviously if they last, like that's gonna be amazing and super cute. And if they don't, like I also, like I said, I don't think it'll be some big scandal that like breaks them up, because Zendaya at least is a very like level-headed person. Like she
Hmm.
is very. I don't think she's type A, but she's very like level-headed. She's very well-rounded. She has an amazing like support team around her. So I don't. And Tom Holland is also very similar. Like they have amazing support around them. Like their entire family has kept their relationship a secret for them for months.
So they must have the same type of family that Chadwick Boseman had.
Exactly. Like no one leaked anything. Tom Holland has two brothers, three brothers.
Hmm.
Zendaya has siblings. Like no one. They have been together probably a lot longer than people think, and no one has spilled anything from either side. And it just shows how much support they have around them and how healthy their relationship is that no one has said anything.
Right.
But yes, go
From
see Spider-Man. Amazing.
from a guy's standpoint, if he didn't holler at her, he was dumb as hell. So I'm glad he
Literally.
did. I'm glad he did.
Literally. Like watching her grow up, or like growing up with her, has been amazing.
What was she on Disney? I can't remember.
Shake It Off. Or Shake
Okay.
It Up. Shake It Up. She
Okay.
was on the dance show.
Is that all? Was that where she came from?
She was on Shake It Up, yeah, and then she did Casey Undercover.
That's what I was thinking about. Casey Undercover. I
Yeah,
wasn't
Shake It
thinking
Up was
about.
first though.
Yeah.
And then that fell through because Bella Thorne is dumb. But yeah.
Hmm.
I think
Well, it's
Zay did
Bella
something
Thorne's.
before Shake It Up, but Shake It Up
Hmm.
is was her first real foray into Disney. But yeah, it was great watching them. They're
What
so
happened
cute.
with Bella Thorne? Did she just fall off?
I mean, she fucked up OnlyFans for people, but you know.
Huh? Never mind. I don't
Oh,
even
you
want
didn't
to
know
know.
about
No, I
that?
didn't. I don't even want to know. I don't even
it's
want to know.
it's so dumb and so stupid considering she's a celebrity. Like what she did, it's dumb. It's stupid. She basically messed up people being able to have access to their money
Hmm.
because she said she would give content and people paid for it, and then she didn't give them the content, and so people wanted their money back, and like it caused a whole issue like with the actual company. And so now the company like changed their rules with how quickly people can access their money, which messed up people being able to pay their bills. It's just a whole thing. And it's like, why do that when you literally have money from being a celebrity? Like, why screw
Hmm.
people over as a famous person? Like, it's dumb. I don't like Bella Thorne.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Matrix comes out on HBO Max in 3 hours, but I'm watching it in the theaters. Um, and then again, Kingsman drops today as well. And then Sing 2 is on Friday. Uh, and then Boba Fett is Disney Plus next Wednesday, and Hawkeye is today. I don't know if it's out right now. I might check and see if it's available on Disney Plus right now. I don't know what time they drop them or release them. It might be 3 a.m. as well. But again, I want to thank everybody for joining us on behalf of at the Real Nate Banks and at CJasmine.music.
That
This
me.
is Drake Conus, and I am signing. CNC is signing off. We'll try to be back next week. I cannot guarantee that. That all depends on everybody's schedule. Me and Big Nate are kind of open, depending on what day of the week it is. But the hardworking Jamaican Christina is not, because she's a Hebrew. They work her like a Hebrew slave. Poor baby. I mean, not that at real Nate Banks don't get worked like a Hebrew slave. Because court never closes. Court never closes, people.
Folks never stop getting in trouble.
Nope, because they're too stupid. But I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and
Happy
Kwanzaa and
holidays,
all that good
everyone.
stuff.
Merry Christmas.
And if we don't see you guys next week, have a happy and safe New Year. And
Yes.
we are signing out.
Take care.
Bye.